attributes. The benefits of configuration attributes are that you can associate them to features and that you can specify where the attributes are displayed so that there can be different sets of configuration attributes within each feature. But the most important takeaway of configuration attributes is that they can help guide your configuration when they're tied to product roles. In this lesson, we'll be creating a configuration attribute that specifies the number of users for a training. We're starting out on the appliance product like we have for the past few lessons. Click on any of the product options. There's something we want to alter in the layout that will affect our configuration attributes. Click the blue pop-out menu on the right-hand side and click View Fields. Click New under Custom Fields and Relationships. We want to enter a new API name into our product options. This will be a number data type. Enter the field label number of students. Now this might start to make sense and tie into our configuration attribute that we're creating, which specifies the number of users for a training. Just click Tab to auto-populate the field name and then click Next. We're not concerned with establishing our field level security right now, so go ahead and click Next and click Save. Let's take a look and scroll down to our newly added field, number of students. So we're going to actually want to go ahead and with our mouse select and right-click and copy the API name of number of students. So number underscore of underscore students double underscore C. We'll be using this API name in our configuration attribute that specifies the number of users for training. Alright, great. Now that we've completed that, I'm going to navigate back to my product option so that we can go back to the appliance product and then go ahead and create our configuration attribute. Click on the appliance product link because we want to navigate back to our appliance product. Click New Configuration Attribute so we can get started creating our configuration attribute that specifies the number of users for training. Name this attribute number of students. Let's add a target field. Target field will always contain the following three options by default: unit price, discount amount, and discount percent. It's actually missing the option we need, but luckily we just added that field on the product option and copied the API name, which was number of students. So let's go ahead and add it on the configuration attribute product layout. Click the blue pop-out menu and click View Fields. Click Target Field. This is the drop-down menu we were just selecting from. Scroll down to the Pick List Values section. Here you should notice those default values: unit price, discount amount, and discount percent. Let's go ahead and add a new value, so click the New button. This is the target field where you can just type in your pick list value. So here I just pasted in that API name from the number of students field, and then just go ahead and click Save. Now that we've added our pick list value, let's get back to building our configuration attribute. Since we've added an additional target field, make sure that you refresh your page so that the additional target field loads. Number of students. Let's add our target field, and voila, select number of students. So now we're going to enter in our row order. This becomes more important once we start entering in our column order, but with our configuration attribute layouts and our column order, since we can add up to 3 columns in a row, your row order determines which row you would like your configuration attribute to appear within. So if you'd like certain configuration attributes to be grouped within the same row, make sure that you enter in the same row number for those configuration attributes. So for example, If you want 3 different configuration attributes to appear within the same row, make sure they all have a row order of, say, 10. Let's go ahead and enter a row order of 10. Column order is a feature that's been introduced in our Winter 15 release. It allows administrators to place configuration attributes in up to 3 columns. Previously, our configuration attributes were limited to 1 column. Selecting the column order determines where the configuration attribute appears in the line editor. So, selecting a column order of 1 makes the configuration attribute appear in the left side of the row. Column order of 2 makes the configuration attribute appear in the middle, and a column order of 3 makes the configuration attribute appear on the right side of the row. You can only add up to 3 columns per row. So for this demonstration, let's have our number of students appear to the left side of the row. So let's go ahead and select a column order of 1. Choose the position of the attribute. Top displays the attribute at the top of the feature, above the product options, and bottom displays the attribute at the bottom of the feature, beneath the product options. We're going to go ahead and select top as our position. Select the feature that this configuration attribute should be associated with. We're associating this attribute with the services feature. Select the Apply Immediately checkbox so that users can receive immediate feedback from configuration rules. And click Save. I'm going to go ahead and click on a recent quote in order to show you this configuration attribute in action. Click Edit Lines to go to the line editor. Let's add our appliance product. So here are our configuration attributes at the top of our services section. So first I wanted to point out our number of students configuration attribute surrounded by the green box. So this is where you can enter the number of students you want for a class. You may have noticed that there are 2 more configuration attributes, discount amount and discount percent. I sneakily added those in on the slide. I just wanted to show you how this would look if you had 2 more configuration attributes in order to create a configuration row. So I wanted to add some more columns to your row just to show you how it would look. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you 2 more layouts with the number of students configuration attribute in the middle and on the right hand side of your row. So let's go ahead and flash to those real fast. This is what it would look like with your number of students configuration attribute in the center of your row. And finally, this is what your configuration attribute layout would look like with number of students all the way to the right of your row. Don't worry about creating those other 2 configuration attributes. I just created those just to show you what your configuration attribute layout could look like. In this exercise, I'd like you to do what I did in the demo and create a configuration attribute specifying the number of users for a training. So I've included a screenshot of my configuration attribute detail and also a few steps to remind you of the process that I did along the way. Good luck!